Welcome back to the channel, people. So the question of this video is, what's it really like to be a plumber in 2025? What I will break down, because this video is going to be quite long, is what it's like to be a plumber in the UK. So if you're watching this video anywhere else and you want to know, this is the place to be. My name is Mr. London Plumber. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I've even got a little plaque for it nowadays. So let's get to it. Before I start the video, appreciate you all for turning up. Right. So the things I will discuss today in this video is going to be the pros and cons of the trade as a plumber. We will also explain about the two different industries which we do have as plumbing when it comes to a general trade, right? So I'll tell you the differences between them, and we'll explain a little bit about the apprenticeship scheme and how to get into the career as a plumber at the end of the video. So let's start with, how much do plumbers really know? Let's start, what's it really like being a plumber in 2025? My honest opinions is it's difficult. It's difficult because people are struggling with this, paying a professional the going rate, or paying a handyman or someone who says they know how to fix it the money for the job. So what you find when you go out to places is that people have paid 2 times for the same job, right? Because it wasn't done properly in the first place. So therefore someone has to come back and fix the same job. Sometimes that happens to be me as a tradesperson, which I don't mind, because my rate of pay is my rate of pay. That's it. But it does cause confusion for customers and allow customers to say, oh, it's quite expensive to use a qualified plumber. It might be. I would say it's about, at the moment, anything from like 70 to like 120 upwards towards £200 per hour. Just depends on who it is and what service it is. Again, you can always check and inquire before you do want a plumber, or if you are looking for someone to come around. Let's speak about some of the pros and the cons. The pros and the cons of becoming a plumber are, let's speak about the pros. Once you start to learn your trade, yeah, everything seems to come to you like this, right? When I mean comes to you like this, I mean like, I've fitted many taps before, yeah, and there are methods on how to install taps quite quickly, and there's ways which are going to take you longer if you're not sure, not competent, or don't understand how to take it out. Bathroom taps, yeah, can be some of the most finicky to get to, as there isn't much space. But if you've got the right tools, it makes the job easy for yourself. If you have the experience while doing it time and time again, it will be more fluent for you. Your jobs, yeah, will be in then out. When I used to do jobbing, I used to do about 5 or 6 places in one day, and by 3 to 4 o'clock, I'll be on my way home. And you got to think about it. Let's say I've done £100 every pop, so that's like £600 every single day, and still going home at 4 o'clock. Why? Because I understand what I'm doing. Why? Because when I get inside the job, it's straight to the job, and my experience at this point was up here. I've been a plumber 21 years, but I'm going to speak about more of me being a plumber at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around, because that's some good points. Let me tell you some cons of the business. The cons of the business is people will call you whenever they feel like it. Customers will want all of the support they can get from you. It's a physical job, and there's no way of getting out of the physical labor, what must be done on the job. Yeah. So if you're a lazy person, or if you're thinking about becoming a plumber, and you're a person that says like, do you know what? Oh, I don't fancy it today. It's not going to be for you, you know, because there's too many days that you have to show up and prove. And when you have to show up, yeah, it just means that you just have to get stuck in. You have to go and get materials. You have to get up a little bit early to be able to get someone else. You have to make sure everything is there. So you've got to do your own stock check while you're doing it. You got to install everything as well, and you got to make sure everything is working properly. So you got to give yourself time to do that as well. Some of the cons are going to college. It does take a proportion of time. If you have got money, right? And I say money to invest in yourself within courses to be able to better yourself, that that initial investment, if you go to a training center, yeah, is quite expensive. So it could range from anything from 7 to, I've heard someone pay 14 grand before for a private training center to be able to get their, and this is their NVQ level 2. But normally people do a technical certificate, which is in colleges, and then they get to do their NVQ level 2. Again, I will touch on qualifications at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around if you're looking for that part. Right, let's talk about the way the industry is split into two different halves, right? So you've got installation on this side and you've got maintenance on this side, yeah? That's how the plumbing industry is split. What people find themselves leaning towards, first of all, when they first become a qualified plumber, is obviously going to the sites. Because if you think about the raw foundation, how a building gets made, if you understand it from that perspective, yeah, you will understand most buildings. Because yes, they have a mains water pipe what comes in it. That mains water pipe doesn't go to a tank anymore. It goes straight off, and it's called a direct system. So it might directly go to the sink, it might directly go to the wash hand basin, but we've got a valve in between there. And if you understand that layout generically, yeah, you will start to understand the layouts of properties and how some commercial buildings are laid out as well, because it's very, very similar. But getting your head around it and seeing it and doing it is better than just being able to just be textbook in it. And I think with experience you get a lot better at these things, but it takes time, right? And I say it takes time, and I would say that in your first 10 years of you being a plumber, yeah, all you're going to be doing is learning. It's a learning process where, like, it's so much new information is being thrown at you. You got to understand ways how you're going to take it down, understand it, identify with it, and comprehend it in your head, because it's all stuff which you've never heard before, ever. And I was the same when I was introduced to plumbing. I didn't know anything about it. So therefore, the notes, the asking questions, no question is a silly question if you don't know. You need to understand that there are so many questions what you need to ask yourself, you know. How does this do that? Why does that do that? And finding those things out makes the day a lot easier as a plumber, if you get what I mean. So now I'm gonna give you some advice on starting your plumbing career, if that's what you're here for, because that's this part of the video. So my advice was to go to a college which is reputable, do some research on the plumbing department itself. All plumbing departments have some type of relative information available for you to look at, whether it's the pass rates or it's the lecturers. Maybe they might have been awarded something. I would specifically go for a college which has a good foundation, you know. And like I said, do your research, because what I've found myself, yeah, is that a lot of students are more concentrated on, oh, we haven't got a lecture today, or the lecture's changed. If you have somewhere where it has full-time people that don't do a lot of changing, you're going to get solid teaching, right? And let's just pray and hope that you've done, and crossed your fingers and hope that you've done your research. So those people, they're probably going to stay at the job. So therefore, they're going to teach you from the start to the beginning to the end. And that's what you want, a constant tutor, because that tutor becomes a mentor to you, and someone having a mentor to help them through and actually tell them when are the points when they should be applying for an apprenticeship, looking for work, helping themselves so they can get to the next point. I most recently have started this little group where I'm going to be helping YNs. If you know what a YN is, I'll be helping YNs and young people get into construction and helping them with on their journey. My first step yesterday was actually helping someone fund them so they could get their CSCS card, so they could go on with someone and get some work experience. And those are the types of things that I want to do for YNs and young people that are getting into construction, because sometimes they need a bit of support, and it might just be something financially, or it might be something where we're giving them some information. Whatever it is, I want to be part of it. And every month, I'm going to try and help one other individual. The more and more people and the more and more brands and companies that I get involved in my ideas, I'm definitely going to expand that to some more people, because YNs and young people need support. They need support from online people like myself, someone who is a tradesperson of 21 years, someone who understands what it's like to go through it on your own, innit? So I would say, going into this trade, yeah, you do go into things on your own, but with the outlook of that you're gonna have a career path. And plumbing is a career, and it's definitely a job for life. Somebody told me that when I was an apprentice, and 21 years later, I'm still doing the same trade. I don't think that I wish that I'd done something else. No, this was one of the best decisions which I've made for myself, because it's allowed me something which is called financial freedom. I'm not rich, yeah, I'm not, but I've got more money than other people, and I'm more comfortable because I've got a trade where I'm able to earn high amounts of money. And when I mean high amounts of money, that comes from experience, time, and patience. Yeah, that's what plumbing has taught me in its entirety. What I've took into my life as a man: patience, time, and experience. Yeah, that's what you need to become a good plumber, in my eyes. And to be a business person, yeah, you must understand the business what you're in. So plumbing allows you to be your own boss at some point if you choose to, but it's not for everybody. But there's the tag of being a self-employed tradesperson, right? So that allows you to be able to operate like a mini business, basically, unless you register for a business with Company House, which I've actually made a post about. And I've obviously made a post about how to run a plumbing business and make £1 million off of 5 people working with you. That was a live which I most recently done. Done that a little while ago, but that broke down what you need to be able to make £1 million with 5 people working with you. I enjoyed that post. I might make something like that again, but I'm not really sure at the moment. But let me know if you want to see me do something like that again. 1 second, I just want to turn up the gain a little bit. Make sure you guys can hear me. So at this point, I just want people to understand that plumbing is definitely a good job. Like I said, I don't have any regrets about being a plumber and making the decisions to choose this as a path to be able to make income. Um, if you've got any other questions, please do ask me, because I'm willing to answer a lot of questions. I'm here to create a community. I'm here to tell people about my experiences, what it's been like for me being a plumber, and how it's helped me in my life. And if I can help someone else through any of my posts or any of my videos, specific videos which you want to be made on plumbing, just make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and you drop a little comment in it, because I'm here for the community which I'm trying to build. And if you want to be part of that community, I just need you to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you on my next upload, which will be very soon. Got some content coming for you. Have a great day, people.